Nico, I'm going to do a little A-B here on this mix, first 40 seconds or so. Please note the correlameter here that's supposed to alert me to phase issues in the mix. As you can see, it's bubbling up north of the line here, which is supposed to be a good indication. If it's dipping too much below that center line, that's supposed to mean that there are phasing issues. So I'm going to play the first 40 seconds. Please make a visual note of what's going on in the correlameter. And please listen to, in general, stereo width, but also pay particular attention to the hi-hats. Without further ado, all right, now I'm just going to change one little thing here. See what happened with the correlameter here. I'm going to play back the same first 40 seconds. Okay, so if you're hearing what I'm hearing on the first pass, there's just some kind of the hi-hats don't sound right, and it sounds like phasiness, doesn't it? Now, the second pass, I don't hear that same phased out quality on the hi-hats. They sound clear. They sound as hi-hats should sound. It's almost, on the first pass, it's almost like they're being run through some kind of lo-fi filter or something. But anyway, phasiness is the first word that comes to mind. And it wasn't just the hi-hats. It was the crashes, and just it was particularly pronounced on hi-hats and crash and ride, anything like that. But also, I was having the same issue with vocals, and particularly on that Tom Waits song, "Dirt in the Ground." And also just a general, the stereo width. Okay, look. Here's the point. I decided to start looking into phasing issues and correlameters and things like this, and I forgot about trusting my ears and started getting into, like, flying by instruments kind of thing, which there's a place for that, right? But I think I went too far with it, and I was mixing to this damn coralometer, and I just took it for granted that I need to, whatever I do, I need to get this coralometer as much as possible north of this center line. And I did, but at what cost? How did I do it? Well, I used this Airwindows utility, EveryTrim, where I could, I found that if I, as you can see right here, sides, I could independently adjust the volume of the mid and side images. I think that's the right word, right? So I would just adjust that until I got what I thought was a good coralometer reading. But I just never, I never beat it with my ears. And I didn't really notice the problem until and by the way, I'm not finished with EQs on this mix, okay? So when you listen to this through your monitors, there might still be some problems down in the subs, maybe other places. I'm in the middle of re-EQing it, so. But here's what, so I'm going to just back out of the coralometer now. And yeah, I'm going to back out of EveryTrim as well. So over here to the left, this is just a gain. This is purest gain. All right. Don't mind that. But so this is with EveryTrim right here, which was causing that phasey sound. And this is without it, right? So right here at this fill, there's a fill going into the second verse and a crash. Listen to the crash. Let me see. Okay, so listen to the crash where I had adjusted EveryTrim with the sides attenuated. Did you hear that crash? It sounds doesn't even sound like a crash. It just sounds like noise. Now, with that EveryTrim bypassed, listen to it again. Okay, still not great, but better. There are several crashes during the guitar solo part. So let's listen to that again. This is A with EveryTrim with the sides attenuated, and listen to the crashes during the solo. Wait a minute. Wrong part, Nanko. Sorry. And also just the overall quality of the sound of the mix. Okay, here's that solo, and again crashes. You can hardly hear the crashes. They just sound kind of like, I don't know, undersampled digital noise. Now, here's the second pass. Right? But let me just go ahead and further isolate it. Okay, so I'm just going to solo the drums. Well, I don't even need to do that. I can just hit the instrument here. Let me see. So here's with EveryTrim with the mid-side adjustment. And with that bypassed, they sound like crashes. So that's what first I was like, well, man, those crashes sound really fucked up. Is it a compression issue? So I was troubleshooting it, trying to. So I finally isolated it to this plugin. So my solution to my phasing issues, what I thought were, what the meter was telling me were phasing issues, my solution to that caused all kinds of, phasey sounding crap. I don't know. Just, okay, so I think you get the point. I don't need to belabor this, right? So I'm just going to now, just because I'd like your feedback on this mix, I'm just going to play it from beginning to end, okay, without this. All right. So also what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as you can see, I can route these different drums to different tracks. I'm going to do that probably after this video. I'm going to isolate, let's say, kick, snare, hi-hat, crash, and toms into separate tracks and actually process them separately, in parallel, probably through a drums bus sub. But anyway, I'd just like your take on it. If you hear any major issues through your monitors over there, okay? And then I'll close this out, upload it, and see if you're still on Discord. Okay, so here's the playthrough from beginning to end. Raging. Gonna mute the mic. Okay. The semblance of All right, so sonority up there around 98, 99% for a good part of the mix. Maybe not such a good thing. Not all the way there yet, getting there. But anyway, there it is. My my stopgap solution to the phasing issue on the correlameter was a wrong turn. And now it is duly noted. So I'll be curious to hear what you have to say from over there in France. Thank you, sir, for listening, and I'm glad to hear from you again. I was getting a little worried. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up and hopefully see you over on Discord. Over and out.